Okay, I had mentioned the current limiter using light bulb. In this case, I'm using a space heater back there. Microwave oven transformer. I'm sure you've read all the warnings, lethal, etc., etc., etc. You don't touch it while it's on. Sharp things can hurt you, etc. So I've got the Variac. This is non-isolated. There's no isolation transformer running into the in-series circuit. And the in-series, or dim bulb tester, one commenter mentioned it's called, is running through the space heater, then back to the MOT. MOT is running into the bottle, and we get a really beautiful streamer. So currently we are at just about 30 inches mercury, and we're going to slowly increase. Now I have a max current on this Variac of 5 amps, so once we get breakdown, I got to take it back just a bit. There we go. And I will kill the lights here. The light show is the varnish breaking down, which is obviously not something I'm looking at with my bare eyes, because it is proper UV. Ooh, there we go. Once I get it to light back up here. That's rather annoying. I had a nice stable blue glow before I drew the vacuum. Oh, the vacuum went away. That would be why. It's outgassing as it's breaking down the varnish, I'm sure. I was like, that should be conducting at this point. So, alright. You get to watch the sparkles, I get to watch the gauge. So, you keep watching those sparkles. I want to keep this below 5 amps. Definitely thought this was a much more intense. There we go. Much more intense look. I don't want to heat the glass up too much, but that is pretty cool. The camera doesn't really do it justice, but let's go and kill that. I don't want the glass too hot. So this is only about 2,000 volts. This is a much lower voltage setup using an MOT 2 to 4. When you're working with these, cord is in hand. Cord is positively controlled anytime going near equipment. So you trace cord, make sure you grab the right cord. I am indeed holding the cord going to the dead thing that kills you. Yes, check it. Not even warm. That bottle though, whew, it's blazing hot. So I don't know how much it could take, but probably not a ton. So starting to break down there, but there you go. Let our vacuum build back up before we start back up again. So, trick of this is, all the bench things that are lethal are only used in the gray outlet, right? So now I know, when I plug this in, touching the bench things is off limits. The only thing I'm going to interact with is this control, nice and safe over here, away from death things. Alright. Vacuum is good. We'll turn this guy up. There's that beautiful purple glow. And the Geiger counter does nothing right now, but you get the cool sparkles. Eventually that varnish is all going to get oxidized. It's like a light show in there. So if you've never used a microwave oven transformer before, what would happen if this wasn't current limited is there would be a white hot arc that would eventually blow the circuit breaker. But I just feel like this is such a better light show than I got with the neon sign transformer. The amount of current going through this thing is stupid. versus what we were pulling before. Kill the lights again. Losing vacuum as it's outgassing. Let's pull that back down some. Pretty cool. Pretty cool effect. Turn that down, it's just a glow. That's a much cooler effect. There you go. Much more dangerous to work with, and it's obviously occluding my bottle now some because it has that freaking varnish bricks in here. Let's again. Practice safety, switches off. It's very important when you're working with microwave oven transformers. Again, check the cord. This is indeed the thing plugged into the lethal thing. Good, okay. It is not even warm. So, yeah, my poor wine bottle's full of crap now from this sputtering in there, and it's starting to break down the electrodes. It's a stupid amount of current. So, anyhow, that's the difference between a neon sign transformer, an oil burner ignition transformer, and good old-fashioned microwave oven transformer, despite being current limited. Like I said, if I did this without current limiting it, it would probably blow the bottle up because it would just pull a full 20 amps through and it'd turn white hot and probably melt the damn glass. So if you can, avoid using these without current limiting. I'm using a space heater, which is a lot of current. You could do something much smaller, but even with that, with the space heater in series, and turning up my variac about halfway, I was pulling 60 amps and probably putting about 90 volts through the transformer, which was enough to give us a good light show. So if you're doing this with for driving Tesla coils, this is a good way to current limit them. The other thing you can do is you can put a shorted secondary MOT in series, the primaries in series with this. Just have one off to the side with a shorted secondary, and it acts like an inductive load. And so as this thing has an inrush current, it'll help kind of tamp that down, but it won't current limited it, right? So to help protect those inrush currents, you can have that second MOT in series. And if you have multiple of these, you can have a whole bank. And there's a ton of people online with articles on this video. There's a microwave oven transformer using the current limiting method I showed earlier, and I probably have destroyed this bottle now. But it was worth it. You guys got a cool light show with lots of sparkles. Enjoy.